Now it is with great pleasure that I invite our next distinguished guest to the stage to deliver the opening speech. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Valerija Jelen Kosi, State Secretary at the Ministry of Justice of the Republic of Slovenia. Her opening speech promises to provide invaluable insights, which will greatly enrich our discussions.
Dear colleagues, dear guests, it is a privilege to be among you today. Please allow me to first extend my minister's regards, best of wishes, and apologies for not being able to address you today. Fight against corruption and strengthening of public sector integrity is one of the priorities of Slovenian government. Corruption is one of the most difficult areas of crime to address, as it's often invisible, interwoven with different established social relations and practices, or it is difficult to detect and combat because of strong interest of everyone involved. At the same time, it undermines the trust of people in the government and different sectors of economy and harms the whole society financially and in general. For this reason, it is not enough to address corruption solely through criminal law, but to build strong preventive measures as well, including firm control mechanisms in different decision-making processes, especially in public sector, and control the distribution and spending of public funds. Strengthening of integrity and prevention of corruption is a cornerstone of the Slovenian Commission for the Prevention of Corruption as an independent public body. Thanks so much to the Commission for all your work and for the hosting for this important event. The recent changes of the law on integrity and prevention of corruption in 2020 complemented the already existing legal framework in the areas of conflict of interest, asset declaration, lobbying, and public availability of data of the use of the public funds in the application error, among other things. Raising awarenesses of the negative impact of corruption on citizens and our societies to address corruption risks before they emerge or deepen and stimulate a culture of integrity is crucial. The law on protection of whistleblowers that was adopted early this year impacts more than 2,300 private and public organizations that are now obliged to create reporting mechanisms and protect whistleblowers. This process will have an important awareness-raising effect. An important aspect in fighting corruption is also efficient freezing, seizing, and confiscation of property, including unexplained wealth. In Slovenia, we have legal basis for proceedings aimed at confiscated assets of illicit origin. Still, many practical issues remain, especially with regard to tracing such assets that are formally owned by other persons or other entities or hidden in tax havens. We expect that the legal framework will be importantly strengthened on the basis of the EU confiscation directive that is currently being negotiated. The directive is in the phase of trilogues before it is too early to discuss its final solutions. I also welcome the European Commission's proposal for a new anti-corruption directive. This new criminal law instrument aims at extending the definition of criminal offenses beyond the classic bribery offenses to also include, for example, misappropriation, trading in influence, abuse of functions, as well as obstruction of justice and illicit enrichment related to corruption offenses. The proposal aims to introduce minimal criminal penalties and sanctions, and extend the statute of limitation to prosecute corruption, among others. An important part of the new legislation is dedicated to the preventive measures. Slovenia will actively participate in negotiations in the Council to ensure added value and coherence of new provisions with existing international standards set by the United Nations and the Council of Europe. There is no universal answer to the challenges of corruption. We will probably never be able to eliminate the capacity and will of people in power to abuse their positions, nor the attempts of others to gain unjustified benefits through such abuse. But I'm sure that setting the role model by politicians and high public officials and by cooperation among different stakeholders should be part of the solution. Solution that will justify the public trust in public office and that will support the rule of law. Last but not least, the involvement of civil society is of the highest importance in these discussions and building of improved framework, as well as in raising public awareness on the topic. Today's event is one of the important steps in these endeavors. I wish everyone a productive and illuminating debate. Thank you once again, and good day to all.
We extend our gratitude to Mrs. Jelen Kosi for her illuminating opening speech. Your insights have added significant depth to our discussions today.